think it's working. Is it working, my friends? Hey, hey, 1 2 1 2, testing, testing. Do we have an image? Do we have liftoff? Yes, we do. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another great episode of Drunk Wizard Live. We're going to be talking a little bit of WWE talk, talking a little trash. My buttons always get screwed. That sucks. I don't know why they always get screwed, but they always get screwed for some reason. Not good. It's an easy fix, but don't know why they always get screwed up. All right. Afro Marcus, yo, bro, what's up? Yeah, WWE, Seth Rollins. What the hell's going on, man? What was he wearing? That was crazy. His costume. Well, you know, his costume's always crazy. And then the glasses were crazy. That was nuts. But yeah, Raw. What'd you think of Raw? What'd you guys think of Raw? What'd you think, man? I thought it was a pretty good show. Not as good as last week's, but still pretty interesting for what it is. Yeah. I think that yeah, I loved it too. I just wish they would have had a little more Penta action. Yeah, Sammy. Well, not them, just Braun, basically. I mean, just Seth kind of does a special move at the end. He just stomps. Hold on, let me make my chat a little bigger. Okay, there it is. I can't see anything. All right, we're good. Guys, welcome to the broadcast. Please subscribe if this is your first time stopping by. More retro streams and stuff. Yeah, Zammy's saying 4 spears. What the hell, bro? Yeah, that was pretty insane. I never seen him do 4 spears on someone. Last week it was 2 spears. This time it's 4 spears. Captain Lava Snow, what's up? But yeah, 4 spears. That was nuts, man. Oh, this game. I don't know if you guys ever played Karnov before, but this game's crazy. Yeah, so how you guys been doing tonight? Hope you guys been doing good. Yeah, Raw was fun. That was pretty crazy. I think one of the craziest parts was Pat McAfee challenging Gunther to a fight at Backlash. That was crazy. I'm like, what the hell are you thinking? I mean, that's going to be interesting. I was like, was that scripted or was that part of the storyline? This is crazy though. We got wrestlers fighting announcers. What's next? You know, like the interviewers getting involved. Like, it's just crazy, bro. You know what? I agree, dude. I think Pat's gonna win. That's what's crazy, because Pat looks pissed off. Like, he looks like he's... Like, he really wants that fight, you know, face to face, because, you know, Gunther attacked him from behind. And so, you know, when you attack someone from behind and you didn't get a fair one, it's like he wants that real one-on-one. Yeah, well, wasn't Matt like a football? I mean, Pat was like a football player, right? So, I mean, he's a tough guy, you know. He wasn't gonna let Gunther choke out Michael Cole. You know, he stood up for him. That was awesome, dude. Did that stupid thing hit me? I think the first boss is like this big fish. It's huge ass fish. It's like, what the hell, man? Makes me want to make fish and chips for dinner. Dude, Afro Marcus, I think that Pat's gonna win. That's what's so crazy about it. It's like, I don't know why I think he's gonna win, but I think he's gonna win, dude. Totally gonna win. I have this feeling too. It's just, I'm feeling that's like the end of Gunther. And then there's that new guy, you know, with the tanks, that crazy, tough-looking guy. People were saying that they wanted him to fight Gunther. But, you know, first, Pat McAfee wants his revenge. Gunther's gonna get jumped. Yeah, I don't know, man. Backlash just got more interesting. Because I was already kind of interested in the Cena versus Randy Orton fight. The build up to that's good. But then just the Pat McAfee fight, that's worth the $7 alone to me. Because I pay $7 for Peacock a month. And I should watch more stuff. There's actually a few movies I gotta watch on there. And maybe some TV. But I basically just have it for the wrestling. But I mean, for me to see the Pat McAfee fight, seems like a pretty popular guy. Yeah, Pat is he is popular. He has a Pat McAfee show. And then he has, I think he actually is on ESPN. Somebody help him with Gunther. Hey, Afro Marcus, what if it was Goldberg? Remember how Gunther was talking trash to like Goldberg? What if Goldberg jumps in and helps Pat McAfee? Yeah, because I'm not saying that I don't think Pat McAfee can win by himself, but I think he's going to need backup, you know? Because Gunther, I mean, he's one of the toughest. I don't agree with him sneaking up on people and choking them from the back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with that, but... Right, what if it was Goldberg? Dude, Goldberg popping out of nowhere would be crazy. Because he pissed Goldberg off. Remember that one time in the audience and he took off his hat and he was ready to rush the ring, but then, like, security came in. And then Sami Zayn attacks Gunther, out of all people. Man, Sami Zayn was always like a hero, and they like destroyed him tonight. Poor Sami, I mean. Oh, I missed the wings. Carlito is pretty much a guy. Dude, Carlito's just there like with the apple, and he just like interferes. He's like, it's like they won't even give him a match or a title shot. Dude, I wouldn't mind having that job though. Just eating apples and interfering and not really getting my ass kicked ever. I would sign up. I'd love to be an announcer or someone that just interferes and eats apples. He's always eating that apple. I just wonder, is that the same apple every week or does he get like a new apple? You know, because he just be eating that apple like the whole time. Dude, that thing wanted my soul. Your dad was like, why is he even there? Hey, what's up, Slasher? Yes, Karnov, one of my favorite games. One of my favorite games that I can't beat, but I'm going to try to beat it tonight. I always say that. I am getting closer and closer to victory, but this game's not that hard. Well, it's not that easy. It's actually kind of hard. You got to just not get hit. The key to winning is don't get hit and kill everything. I think that's every game, but yeah, Afro Marcus, like, honestly, I always wonder why Carlito's even there. Like, he's the most useless member of the Judgment Day. You know, it's, like, kind of sad, but... Can I get this feet? I need these feet to, like, get the other stuff over here. Okay, cool. The cool thing about this game is, like, when you have your ladder, you can fold it up. Okay, boom. Yeah, jump. Wait, and then I need to activate the feet. Magic feet. Alright, then I get all the items. Whoa, that thing wanted in my soul right there. Why am I up so late? I really don't know. I'm crazy. I was just streaming a little bit on Facebook, but like no one gets a notification on there. You know. I did a little time stream, but then I was like, man, I'm getting off and coming onto YouTube. YouTube's where it's like, where it's really at, you know? I feel like this is like the place to be. This giant fish. Giant fish wants my soul, dude. I'll probably be streaming a lot tomorrow. What the hell's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming a lot today. I mean, this week, guys, I've been slacking like most of the year, and I need to really start streaming like crazy again. Yeah, but I love streaming. I need to try to beat all these old school games. Beat them all. I'm gonna try to beat some other games. Talk some wrestling. Alright, you need the shield. You need the shield to beat the boss. the final boss, but The Rock is the final boss. Hey, have you guys seen how a lot of people are mad at The Rock? There's a lot of like podcasters that are pissed at The Rock on like YouTube. It's so funny because I'm gonna put it like this: The Rock would lay the smack down if they said it to his face. That's all I can say. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, everyone's just trying to use The Rock for clout. Like, I'm a fan of The Rock. I would never disrespect him just because it's popular right now on like YouTube. Like, if I'm a fan of you, I'm a fan. I'm not gonna be like, hey, everybody else is dissing you. Hell no. I don't care. I mean, I talk trash too about like certain wrestlers I don't like, but I'm just kind of doing it in character, like a promo. Nothing personal. I'm just like saying, you know. But yeah, this is like a bunch of episodes. They were mad that Rock wasn't at WrestleMania, and I'm like, you know, I don't think he ever said he was gonna be there for sure, though. The difference if like people think someone's gonna be there, you know. I don't like The Rock anymore. Corporate. Yeah. Do you think he's like Vince McMahon? Well, because he's the boss now. He's like the new Vince McMahon, I guess. I like The Rock. That's the only reason I started watching last year. And then it's just kind of like I'm getting back to where I was before he came back, where I'm kind of bored with it. Like, it's good, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, the stuff he did last year for WrestleMania 41 was way better than what happened this year, I feel. I just feel like, I don't know. But although John Cena did go... Yeah, new wrestling in general, that's the thing. It's just not the same. Like, the last thing that John Cena did on Friday, it was pretty... It was pretty funny, because at least it was funny. Before he was just being kind of like angry. Now he's like pissed, but he's like roasting people, so it's like more fun. Aw, dude, these things are like chasing me. Stupid T-Rex. You gotta be kidding me, I didn't have enough firepower for it. Seth Rollins doing what Triple H taught him years ago. Yeah. That's funny you say about Triple H. Is this rumor that The Rock and Triple H are having problems in real life? Like, creatively? And then a lot of people think that's the reason The Rock wasn't at WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know that any of that is true. But there's a lot of people saying that on YouTube. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, where is the real proof? They're saying because someone that works at WWE heard them fighting. I don't know if that's true. I hated 1993 Generation WF, but over the modern wrestling any day of the week. I still liked it a lot in the 90s. I love the 80s and 90s and then the early 2000s. But it's around that time that I stopped watching, not because I didn't like it, but I just was doing other stuff, like, you know, drinking and partying. I didn't really watch TV much during those years. And then, I can't wait until Backlash with Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Pat McAfee versus Gunther. I am excited. Oh, that's a good one, bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I have no idea what Triple H is doing at this point. Either he's smoking or he's drinking a lot. I don't know. Wrestling is actually as good as it's ever been. It's good. It's just like, you know, not gonna feel the same because a lot of people are gone now. You know, and then like if certain episodes don't have certain people there, it won't be. It's become cinema. That's what it was. That's what it was in the 90s, though. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin beating up Vince McMahon in the hospital was cinema. Or like, you know, The Rock beating him up and throwing him into a limousine. Yeah, just recording. Thank you. I feel like it's always been cinema, I think, especially since the Attitude Era, but there's been different eras. I don't know what you call this era, but dude, the music changed even. He won't die, this stupid McAfee kind of sounded like he went off script with that promo. Dude, the whole thing seems like it's off script, Luis. I think that Gunther really attacked him, and he's legit pissed. It just doesn't seem like... I have a feeling there's a lot of real to that, him, fighting Gunther. I feel like there's a lot of real stuff that happened there. If it was all planned, then they're doing a good job of making it look very real. Because it doesn't seem fake. I don't think it's fake. I don't know. It just seems like he really hurt him, and he really wants to fight. I don't know. Like, it did sound like he spoke from the heart. Yeah, it sounds really off script, so I don't know, man. What is Triple H smoking? Yeah, but I mean, probably the McAfee thing is like probably the most. I'm kind of interested to see that though, which is it just feels crazy, but of course the Cena match. Do you guys think that Cena's gonna cheat to win again? Like he's gonna kick him in the balls and hit him with the belt like at Mania? I don't know. They've been trying to weave in real life stuff and cinema together, like the whole KO attacking Cody Rhodes off screen and Charlotte and Tiffany. Right, it's like real attacks, real backstage stuff, or real hatred between people. Yeah. Love mid to 90s. Love mid to late 90s up to 2000 is way better than modern day wrestling. Yeah, I loved 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, and that's when I stopped watching. But like I said, it wasn't really because I didn't like it. It was more because I was doing other stuff. And then I kind of saw some of the new stuff, like in, I think it was 2018. Yeah, I saw some of the new stuff, and I checked it out, and some of the old guys were there still, like, Undertaker and Kane, I think. But I just didn't get into it. I don't know why. I was just like... And then I kind of forgot about wrestling for years. And then I started seeing all these clips of The Rock, like from last year, just talking and saying he's going to be at the show. And I checked it on YouTube. And I started checking out the YouTube clips. And then my friend's like, you got to get Peacock, to get the pay-per-views. And I got WrestleMania. I loved WrestleMania last year. This year it was okay. I mean, it was still good, but last year's was amazing. And not just because of The Rock. Overall, it was just better. I don't know, it was just a better show, but... Some of it was good post-Vince buying a WCW, like Brock starting his career. Yeah, see, I was still watching when Brock Lesnar started. And, when John Cena barely started, when he was, Thugonomics or something like that. That's what I remember, the last time I watched back in the day. I used to watch it, though, a lot in the 80s and 90s. Every week I would watch it. I never had the pay-per-views, though, sadly. Now, at least I'm getting the pay-per-views, but... I feel like last year was better than this year overall, but... TNA had almost too many chances to become huge, but kept shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, there's just a lot of different stuff going on with wrestling right now. That's funny. What is Triple H smoking? Yeah, Ron Jones. How are you, Ron Jones? What's up? What's up, Luis? Yeah, guys. Seriously, I don't know what's going on with wrestling, but... They are trying to bring in new people, though. I noticed they're bringing in a lot of people from NXT to fight in the WWE now. So that's pretty good. Introduce new, I wouldn't say, I guess, characters, right? New talent. But, I do like some of the new people that have got in there. People tell me Penta's not really new. But, I mean, he's new to me, and I like Penta. So, he's one of my favorites right now. I like Braun Breaker. I like, of course, Roman Reigns. Jey Uso, but getting my ass kicked right now. This is not good. Hold on, let me move my chat a little to the left so I can see what you guys are typing. Oh, okay, there it is. They are also getting a lot of wrestlers from AEW. Yeah, they're getting people from AEW. Penta, Rey Fenix, Ricky, and Edge Russo. Yeah. Yeah, see, I didn't even know that Penta was in AEW. But see, because I watched WWE, I'm glad he's over here now. Yeah, Aleister Black. Yeah, they're just bringing a lot of people in now. Basically, they're going to take over, I think. WWE is just going to get everybody. They're just stealing all their talent. Well, NXT is WWE affiliated, so they're not really stealing. That's more like... Wizard, did you ever watch Lucha Underground like 10 years ago? I've never watched it back then, but I have been watching it because I've been researching Penta, and I found a lot of his old matches. Crazy stuff. There's even this match where he fought against Chelsea Green. They would actually have dudes fight the girls, which is like, what the hell? But I'm like, well, that's craziness. Yeah, that was awesome with like Vampiro and all that. I started researching like Penta and Vampiro because people were telling me about him. And I went in back and watched a lot of those old matches. That was hardcore, bro. It was like really dark. Yeah, dudes versus girls was crazy. And it was like more hardcore. It was kind of dark, sinister vibe to it, like spooky. Yeah, that was awesome. It kind of reminds me of the vibe Uncle Howdy's doing, but like the whole show was that. It was all like dark. Nato just make more competitive. AEW started out great. It made WWE work harder. Now WWE is killing it with all their huge gates and will make AEW try even harder. Yeah, competition in wrestling promotions is the best for the fans. Yeah, competition is always good, man. I mean, I'm just glad that Penta came over here because I didn't really know about him before that, you know. I was like, I like him. He's one of my favorites now. So yeah, it's just not as good as it was back in the day, but there is like these moments where I'm like, man, that person's awesome. But it's never gonna be like when you had Rock, Stone Cold, Kane, The Undertaker, Triple H, Mick Foley. You know, it's just so many people at the same time, you know. Or back in the day, like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, you know, Legion of Doom, The Bushwhackers, $1 Million Man, you know, Jake the Snake Roberts, Roddy Piper. You know, see, I could name a lot of people from those times. It's just like with music. Music in the 80s and 90s was just better. It's not, I'm saying, that's not like everyone sucks now, but there's not like a ton. I mean, back then there was a lot of good stuff. But then again, you also had crappy stuff back then, like Doink the Clown. You know, so not everything was great. It was still those. Do you guys remember Papa Shango? Shanga or something like that? It was the guy that played, he played the Godfather later, but he was like the spooky voodoo priest. That was creepy, man. I remember growing up watching that stuff. That guy was creepy. Papa Shanga, I think it was his name. Dude, they just had so much good stuff back then, and then that's when The Undertaker first came out. Oh, let's not forget Andre the Giant. I mean, come on. The Big Show. Yeah, it was just a lot of stuff back in the day. Now it's like, I watch it, and like half of the people I don't even like, but then I'll watch it for those few that I like, you know. Like, I'll get excited if, like, Penta has a match. Stuff like that, you know. Or if Roman Reigns comes out, that's pretty cool. Especially since I never really knew about Roman until lately. I mean, I knew about him, but I never really watched him in action until last year. And so now I became a fan, you know. So I didn't get to see the 4-year reign or nothing, but I kind of like him, you know. I didn't think, I knew about CM Punk back in the day, but I didn't really like him. I still don't like him, but I like him in the ring. I just don't like when he talks. That he still annoys me. But it's not as bad as when he used to say, I don't drink alcohol. I am sober, so I'm better than all of you. That was like the worst. That used to piss me off so bad. I was like, what? You don't drink? Oh, sucks for you. You don't know what you're missing. It was like the total opposite of Stone Cold Steve Austin. What the hell? Oh, it's like I beat him and then nothing happened. Yeah, remember Papa Shango? Dude, that guy was creepy. Penta and Phoenix are amazing. Yeah, Penta and Phoenix are awesome. They had to start to change their style speed. They can't do some of their most dangerous moves. No, they can't. Especially Penta. I noticed he kind of toned it down since Lucha Underground. Like, he used to go way crazy on people. Like, he was pretty hardcore is all I'm going to say. Those matches were nuts. I grew up on 80s wrestling. We had WWE, NWA, AWA, World Class, so I'm a grumpy old man when it comes to wrestling. Oh, dude, I'm the same slasher. I mean, like, I just remember 80s, I remember 90s and early 2000s. But, like, I don't know, I got into it. A couple of my friends really got me into it this year. I mean, last year, they convinced me to get the Peacock, and I got Netflix this year, and I enjoy it. It's like not on the same level, but it has its moments. It has its moments where, like, okay, that was awesome. That was worth the $7. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, with this year, it should be the rest of the year, I should say. 'Cause we're already like halfway through the year. Let's see. Punk is a punk. He was a bitch in AEW and then come running back to WWE like a kitty. Yeah, that's why Seth Rollins has a problem with him in real life. I would kill for another Penta versus Chelsea Green. So, yeah, Chelsea Green match. Dude, they need to make that happen. But I don't think WWE matches women against men. That's what's crazy. But maybe they could do an underground match. Oh yeah, ECW was crazy. Wasn't that Paul Heyman's thing? Yeah, that was Paul Heyman, right? Speaking of Paul Heyman, what do you guys think about Paul Heyman basically being a main character all of a sudden? Like, he's actually like a main character, like, now. It's like, what the hell, you know? It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I'll give it a chance. It's kind of interesting. This is what I think, though. I'll tell you what I think. Wrestling can be great as long as Roman Reigns teams up with Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu and then takes on Seth Rollins and what's his face? Braun Breaker. Which I like Braun Breaker. I don't know why the hell he aligned himself with Seth Rollins, but Braun Breaker's good. He doesn't need anyone. He's good on his own. He's already kicking ass. I mean, probably because he thinks Paul Heyman can get him his dream match against Roman Reigns. I think in an interview says he really wants to wrestle Roman Reigns, so that's probably why all this stuff is happening. Everything has like a reason. That's usually like, Paul deserves it. He's everything Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette wish they could be. Yeah, exactly. Like, Eric Bischoff just does like a podcast, and Paul Heyman is like actually in the shows, you know? He's like in the actual, you know, on TV and stuff still. Yeah, what's crazy is Paul Heyman has more mic skills than most of the new generation. Like, you know, he's even getting in on the action. You know, he got Superman punched by Roman Reigns, which is pretty crazy. Whoever thought that was ever going to happen, you know? I never thought you'd see the day Roman Reigns. I don't think he really even barely touched him. So that was cool. I was like, well, at least, yeah, he didn't go too hard on him. Because you could tell he barely tapped him. But, I mean, and then he just fell. You have new guys, Braun Breaker. Yeah, Braun is pretty good, but he's a Steiner, so it's... Yeah, I mean, you could see Scott Steiner come out when he gets pissed off and he goes crazy. I see, like, Scott Steiner. If he just grew, like, a longer beard and stuff, and then wore sunglasses, you would think he was like Scott Steiner Part 2. Yeah, I noticed that he didn't hit him. Yeah, he wasn't gonna hit him for real, you know. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed he didn't really hit him. That was cool, though. I mean, you know, he wasn't really gonna hit him. Now, Solo's crazy. Solo really put Paul Heyman through a table. Solo doesn't care. He has no heart. He's just like, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy when Solo put Heyman through the table. I was like, man, that was just nuts. Yeah, he didn't really hit him. I noticed that too. I was like, man, he didn't hit him. But it did look good though on TV. Damn, and I get my ass kicked. This is how far I can get is the water level. I've never been able to beat the water level. Yeah, it looked pretty good. Yeah, I just want to see where the story goes. Like, is Roman and CM Punk coming back? Are they going to form their own coalition? Or is Roman going to team up with Jay and, what's his name? Jacob Fatu? You know what match I want to see? And hopefully this could spark it. I want to see Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. You know, that's a match that would be really good. Because both of them are really strong. They're both beasts. That would be like a good pay-per-view. You know, I don't know, just my opinion. We'll see. That probably will happen, though. I mean, I was putting it out there today. And talking with some of the wrestling fans. And I was like, yeah, Braun Breaker versus... Oh, stupid dragon. Me versus the dragons would happen right now. It sucks that half the new bloodline is injured. They really need to make that story more important. Well, yeah, what do you mean half of the new bloodline? You mean Solo's bloodline? Who's injured? Don't tell me that, what's his name? Tonga Loa is... He's injured? What about, what's the other guy? The guy that goes, yeah. What's his name? Jeez, I can't remember his name. Dude, he would kick my ass if I couldn't remember his name. I just remember it's the guy. Yeah. He's like a cartoon character. That will be Survivor Series. New Bloodline versus New Seth Rollins faction division. Dude, that would be sick. New Bloodline versus Seth Rollins. So what? Does Roman just, like, take over the New Bloodline? Okay, but here's what's crazy. The other day in an interview, Jey Uso said that he wants to fight Seth Rollins after what he did to the Tribal Chief. So if you listen to the interviews, they kind of give away little nuggets of information. They give away stuff a lot in interviews. I do listen to them because he pretty much said, I want Seth Rollins. Jey Uso said, after what he did to the Tribal Chief, which means he still acknowledges Roman. So... people think that just because Paul Heyman's gone that it's the end of the bloodline, but I don't think so. Not what after Jey Uso said. And then Sami Zayn told him to go to hell, also a bloodline member. Think about it. If you see how it's developing, and then you know, like, Sami Zayn's gonna, like, try to go get backup from Jey Uso and Roman. I don't know. Maybe, what if all the bloodlines united? I don't know. Either way, it should be interesting. I want to see what happens with it. I didn't know that half of the new bloodline was injured. What the hell? That's crazy. How the hell did they get injured? They weren't even, like, at WrestleMania. Or is that why they weren't at WrestleMania? Yeah, because it was just Solo and Jacob, right, at WrestleMania? I don't know, man. Like, I'm seeing, like, little things here. You can tell by who's saying what, like, what might happen next. But yeah, it should be interesting. The past week or so, they've opened so many possible storylines. They need to focus on specific storylines, or maybe they have a grand plan. Yeah, I think they're just teasing stuff, because Jey Uso says, I want a piece of Seth Rollins after what he did to the Tribal Chief. Then today you had Sami Zayn go out there. And remember, even, but you know, remember what Paul Heyman said? He said, me and you were part of the OG bloodline. Don't forget that. Why would he say that? That was really weird. And there's other stuff that I saw that was kind of weird, and I don't want to give nothing away just in case it means something. But you never know. They're always giving you these little Easter eggs. That's what I do like about wrestling, in the backstage clips and little things people say. You kind of like can pick up on things. You know, like when John Cena said, "What's best for business is that I win the Elimination Chamber and win a 17 championship." He didn't even try to hide what was going to happen. He told us. Like, he was just straight up. I'm going to win Elimination Chamber and I'm winning number 17. Like, he was just... Cena does not mess around. He is straight to the point. I kind of like the guys that are more straightforward instead of being cryptic. But, you know, sometimes it's fun to guess what's going to happen next. John Cena's like, yeah, I'll just tell you the whole plot. Not going to even try to, like, hide what's going to happen. It's like... Yeah, they do got to focus on the story. It is getting interesting. I felt like Raw today was just, like, kind of okay. It was good, but it's like, you know, basically at the end just have Braun Breaker spear people a bunch of times. That's why I just feel like they should just bring out Jacob Fatu. Because Jacob Fatu will take that spear and then just get right back up. He's a beast. Like, he's taken so many crazy... He's, like, not human. He could take, like, a crazy move that most people would take a while to recover from, and he just pops up. He's like, oh, I'm ready to go again. I was like, who is this guy? He's just, like, really tough. Kind of like Brock Lesnar could do that, too. Like, where you could hit him and he just kept getting up. He reminds me a lot of, like, Brock, in a way. Even him versus Brock would be crazy, but... we gotta do Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. Come on. That would be a crazy match, dude. Kind of like how Becky Lynch just admitted today she attacked Bayley and went off on her. I kind of hope Bayley will jump on AEW to put on some amazing matches. Yeah, Becky Lynch. I don't know, man. But you gotta think. Look at Seth Rollins, right? Isn't that like Seth Rollins' girl? So could Seth Rollins be pulling the strings with the Becky Lynch stuff? I don't know. Like you said, it starts opening up all these possibilities now. It is kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm not really interested. I'm not really excited about Logan Paul. I do agree with that. Pat McAfee, that's just, to me, that's just crazy. But like you said, I think you guys were saying that he's probably going to have backup. So I agree with that. He's probably going to have backup. He's not going to be... There's no way... I mean, I think he could beat Gunther. Gunther's really, really good. McAfee doesn't wrestle, does he? I don't think he wrestles, right? Yeah, you know, Becky Lynch, she gets pissed off. Becky could join the new group. I'm more hoping for Austin Theory being at a... Yeah, Becky could join, but then Seth is going to have to behave because his girl's there. I don't think he would do that. What the hell is going on here? It's a bunch of bats. Where did I follow? This is craziness. I don't even know where I'm at. What level is this? I got my butt kicked so bad this time. Becky Lynch could join the new group. Here's the question, though. If Becky Lynch is the man, then what does that make Seth Rollins? It's like... Becky Lynch is the man. She's the man, dude. I just don't know where that leaves Seth Rollins in the equation. It's like... I always thought that was funny. She's the man. Oh, man. Is it because she's tough like a man? Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. I never knew what the reason for her being the man is. But she's definitely the man. And then you gotta think, with Cena, where does The Rock tie in with that? People are just mad that they don't even know, like who's with The Rock. Like, some people think that Seth Rollins is with The Rock secretly. There's all these theories. I guess that's what does make wrestling fun right now, is theorizing what the hell is going on. But like you said, there's people like Becky Lynch and Cena that don't even make you wonder. They just tell you. They're like, yeah, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it or be mysterious. I'll just tell you exactly what the storyline is. And then other stuff, you just like, I'm still wondering about Paul Heyman and Seth. That's just weird, you know, it came out of nowhere. It's like they say, well, we need a new storyline. Let's just do something crazy that no one's expecting, you know. Well, look at the clothes he wears. He's not the man. Yeah, I guess that's where the whole joke is that she's the man and he's not the man. Becky Lynch is the man. This is just craziness, bro. Oh, man. I do think that that's what makes wrestling fun to me right now is like the stories and like stuff. You know, and then once in a while there is something like a really good match in between. Okay, I just got the shield. The Rock, my soul storyline is so bad. He does look like he's purposely rushing major storylines. Yeah, I don't know what him and Triple H are thinking with some of the booking. It's just like, yeah, like what the hell is going on? I mean, you know, Logan Paul and Pat McAfee for a pay-per-view. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Of course you have John Cena, you got the main event, but it's just like they'll just throw anything in there, you know? What's next? Like Michael Cole versus that guy with the headband? You know, the guy that's with Otis? You know, I'm just thinking, I don't know, man. Are interviewers going to start beefing with wrestlers now? Like, you know, the people that interview, they're going to start confrontations. Triple H is like, we need to get people from catering to beef with CM Punk because he's complaining there's no bowls. You know, like throw cereal on his head and stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like they're just running out of ideas. Something weird is going on at WWE, though. There's this rumor that The Rock and Triple H are having like creative differences. And there's like a power struggle. And yeah, I think that's what we're getting on this weird stuff. It's just really weird right now. Like they're just throwing stuff together and just like, yeah, just do something. It doesn't seem like it's thought out like last year. Last year, everything would seem more thought out. I don't know. Friday SmackDown TLC match was probably the best TV match they've had put on in years. Yeah, I heard about that. I need to watch it, actually. I didn't get to watch it, but I'm going to watch it after this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what wrestling feels like now? There's like a lot of talking and not a lot of action. Or if you get action, you'll get it at the end of the show or like in between matches, like backstage, like attacks or brawls. But then like the main matches will have nothing to do with that. And then like at the pay-per-view, that's when you'll get like any kind of match that goes with that storyline. That's what it feels like now. But it wasn't like that back in the day. I mean, you could have Stone Cold kicking someone's ass on SmackDown, but then he'd still be at WrestleMania. Like, it wouldn't be like, well, Stone Cold's going to come out here and just talk for 20 minutes. Nah, he'd at least go out there and stun somebody. Something would happen. Pour beer on them. It wouldn't just be him going out there talking with the mic. Or like John Cena, he takes one hit and then he just lays there. He's like, I'm going to ruin wrestling. I'm going to take one hit and pretend to be knocked out and just not do anything until the pay-per-view. That's basically what he's going to do. Like he just said, he's not going to do anything. So it's like not even worth like going to see him at the regular show just to talk. You might as well, if you're going to go to the pay-per-view. That's where he's actually going to fight. Like, has John Cena had one regular match since he came back? None of them, huh? It's always been at the main events. Like, he was in Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then WrestleMania. But he hasn't had one regular match. Like, you know, it's almost like they don't even have the top guys do regular matches anymore. It's just like brawls, and then at the pay-per-view, that's where they get, like, at the pay-per-view, that's where they get the, that's where you get the match. Or WrestleMania. I just remember in the old wrestling there was more matches, like even with big stars. Like The Rock would just have a match, you know, during the show. It wasn't like, oh, this is only for the pay-per-view, you know, or he have a match where he would talk trash and like get into a fight, you know, same with Stone Cold. And like all these other things. Now it just feels like, yeah. But we'll see how it goes. I do think something good can happen with the Paul Heyman storyline. But Paul Heyman needs to go more savage. He didn't go savage on the mic. Like, he's been going savage on Pat McAfee and at the roast of WrestleMania. He needs to bring that energy to the show. It's great that he goes crazy on the mic, on the podcast, and at the comedy thing. But he needs to go savage on the microphone in the show. Don't hold back. I just feel like he holds back during the shows. It's like he's all nice in the show. And then like when he's actually let loose, like you see the real him. I wish he would be the hardcore Paul Heyman during the shows. That's what I want. You kind of saw it when he hit him in the balls at WrestleMania, but I want to see that kind of energy, viciousness on the microphone. That would be great television. Most weekly war wrestling is just... Yeah, mostly weekly WWE wrestling is just jerking you off for a bit, but no competition until the pay-per-view. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's just like, oh, someone's talking trash. They might hit him one time. Maybe someone will have a little brawl backstage. At least the build-up with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman, they had a few brawls. That was good. That was way better than... If they would have just been talking on the mic, I would have been so pissed off. At least they had a few brawls before the actual main event, which I thought was pretty cool. And then they had like another brawl after the main event. So that was all. I loved all that, but like now it seems like it just slowed down. Now it's back to like, yeah, you're just getting a little taste, and you know. AEW won't do that. They put on amazing matches that will make you come every week. Exactly. You want to go to the show to see matches, not to hear people just talking. Or there's like a little, or for them to do one move, and then John Cena to just lay there and play dead. I like both companies for different reasons, though. WWE is the juggernaut for sure. Dude, I gotta check out AEW. Is that like on a streaming platform, or do I have to have cable TV to watch it? People have been telling me about it. I'm kind of interested in watching it. I have seen some clips of it online. Yeah, in general, I like wrestling. I mean, I used to like WCW and all that. You know, I like both. Back then, you know, because Hulk Hogan was over there, Hollywood Hogan, and one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, of course, Razor Ramon. And so, like, yeah, I've never been like, oh, I'm all about this one company. It's just like, if there's people that I like over there, then I'm going to watch it, you know, or I'll be interested. Yeah, I do. I got to check out some AEW. Yeah, AEW sounds like fun. I got to check it out. I'm getting my butt kicked on this game. It's just because I'm thinking too much about wrestling and then I can't focus on this, but it's all good. It's like, it's cool. Yeah, well, I just hope that something happens, like either the new bloodline or the old bloodline fights against Seth Rollins, but or maybe they team up and then that other faction gets bigger. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. They just got to make it good. I just really think they got to make Paul Heyman go crazy on the mic like he did on Pat McAfee. Just go savage, like even on people in the audience. Like just old school Paul Heyman. No holds barred. That would make the ratings. I would watch. I bet you the ratings would go up for that reason alone. No, and then you get like Roman Reigns and CM Punk to show up for some of the segments. And yeah, I mean that would be gold, but just have Paul Heyman go crazy. I feel like he hasn't gone nuts. After seeing what he could do on Pat McAfee and at the roast of WrestleMania, which is now banned because of him, I think it got so crazy. I'm just thinking, damn, why can't he bring that energy to the show? I don't know if he's like not allowed to. Maybe he's not allowed to go so crazy on Netflix. I don't know. It's on TNT, TBS, and Max streaming. I watched almost everything. It's just most Raw and SmackDowns are the appetizers until the PLE. Yeah, it's just appetizers, dude, where there are great matches every week. That's what I've been noticing. That's what I've been feeling with WWE. I'm feeling like, why the hell am I watching this? Like, the only thing about Raw that sometimes is awesome is they'll give Penta like a full match. And I'm like, okay, see, that's not teasing. That's giving me a wrestler I like with a whole match. And it's usually just some tag team crap, you know, usually. And then, but any of the major stars never have full matches during the regular shows anymore. Like, Cena hasn't had one match since his tour began. He did all the pay-per-views. He does do the pay-per-views. So that's when you're going to see him wrestle. But he pretty much said he's not wrestling at the regular shows. I'm like, well, you know. He just does these 20-minute segments where he talks. I'll give him credit. The last segment he did, I think, was his best one because he was actually funny. I like when a heel is like mean, but they're funny. You know, kind of like The Rock, the final boss. He's mean, but he's funny as hell. That's what I like. And I feel like Cena kind of captured that essence on the last, on SmackDown. He had me laughing, so I was like, okay, I like this way better than this. I hate you, and you guys treated me bad. It's like, okay, that's cool, but a little boring. I think kind of what sparked is when he roasted Cody Rhodes. It's like that brought it out of him. But I like when he's funny. He's way better when he does the jokes. You know, that's like, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so TBS, where have I seen that? I've seen TBS before. I used to have cable, Max streaming. So I have to get Max streaming to get it? Damn it, I wish it could just be on Peacock or Netflix, but no, that's WWE. I gotta find a way to watch it. There's gotta be a way to watch it somehow. They don't post their stuff at all to YouTube, like even segments or matches. Yeah, people keep telling me about AEW. I do want to check it out, though. You should check out the match between Penta and Kenny Omega. Kenny is IMO of the best wrestlers at the moment. Okay. Yeah, Penta has gone against some of the best in the industry. I mean, I was watching some of his underground matches, but he fought some of the craziest, toughest champions. And even if he lost some of them, like he was, you know, he's tough to be able to do that because like most people would be scared. But yeah, his matches are hardcore. I like Penta. I'm glad they made him part of WrestleMania, even though it was like a 4-way match, but still. Oh, stupid dragon, get the hell out of here. The dragon's like chasing me. Okay, let's kill this stupid dinosaur. Yeah, touchdown. I got his ass. Wow, it's getting kind of late. It's getting cold now. Let's see. Penta's gonna get Dom spelled by the end of the year. Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's this tension between Penta and Dom. And there was this interview where Dom was doing an interview and Penta was walking by and Dom cursed out Penta in Spanish. And they had like this little thing where like they pushed each other and stuff, so I knew they were going to be rivals. I think if Penta has a one-on-one with him, he could easily take the belt. Like easily. Like Penta's really good. I think Penta could take on Braun Breaker too. But he definitely could take Dom. Like, Dom's not that strong, but he is fast, and he's very sneaky. I'll give him that much. He is a sneaky little guy. But Penta, though, he just has way more moves. More hardcore, he's faster, stronger. His kicks are deadly. It's like, yeah, he just has everything, man. Yeah, I want to see that match. I want to see Penta versus Braun. I want to see Jacob Fatu versus Braun. I mean, I have some dream matches. I just think like they don't give us that though. It's like everyone knows those are the matches people want to see, but they're just giving us crap like Logan Paul and you know the stuff that I don't think most people really want. It's like it's just forced on us, you know, for whatever reason. It's because he has that Prime drink. Since he's a sponsor, they give him all these spots, but it's like I don't know. It's just crazy that McAfee is a main eventer or like a pay-per-view. I was gonna say like he's probably not the on the pay-per-view. That's freaking crazy. They're like, let's just make a whole story. Take out this stupid Medusa girl. Damn it! Got my ass kicked, dude. Yeah, that would be like a really good match. Guys, it's getting kind of late. I think I'm going to get off now, but I will be back tomorrow. You got to wait in WWE. They delay the super matches. Whereas in AEW, they did Christian versus Edge. Adam Copeland very early. Yeah, I love Christian and Edge and what's his name? Damn, I can't remember. Chris Jericho. Yeah, I grew up on all those guys in the old WWE. Yeah, that's what I've been noticing. That's why I feel WWE, they just make you, they just tease you with all these super matches. I just feel that Penta versus Braun Breaker would have been a better WrestleMania. I don't even see the point of having Dom and like the other guy. It was like too crazy, like a four-way match, you know. Like yeah, the same thing with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. What was the point of that? I don't know. Especially if she was gonna win, there was no point. I don't know. It's like they're like, let's just make everyone be there. Full threat. Just throw everyone in there instead of giving them their own match, which is what I wanted. I really wanted Braun Breaker versus Penta. That's what my dream match was, but yeah, no, let's just make it a huge four-way. Yeah, sometimes I am wondering what the hell Triple H is thinking with the booking, because it could have been way better than what it was. You know, sometimes I do wonder what he's thinking with the booking. It's just weird with what's going on. Yeah, WWE does tickle the balls. They tickle the balls, and then they give you main events you don't really want. And then they'll be like, one day you will have Penta versus Braun Breaker. One day you'll get Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker, but not today. We'll build up a storyline, and then you'll pay for it at the main event. Yeah, that's what I hate, man. This kind of pisses me off. I mean, because I want... Yeah, because there's a lot of really good people in WWE right now that we just don't get those matches, man. Lately, it's mostly been like Roman Reigns and CM Punk, which is awesome. I mean, I love those segmented matches, but... It's like we didn't even get a real match. It's more like now Paul Heyman is the main character. But I mean, I just want Paul Heyman's awesome, but I want him to go savage on the mic. I wish he would. That would be so cool if he would just let loose. But I'm not sure they could let him be that crazy on SmackDown and or on Raw. But Raw's on Netflix. They probably could let him. But I mean, it's still like a little crazy if he crosses the line. I wish they'd get rid of Logan Paul. He has no right being on TV or wrestling. Dude, yeah, the thing about Logan Paul, yeah, I agree. And I think he's just there because he's given the money. You know how he's paying to promote Prime. So because of that, I feel like that's why they're giving him TV airtime, but that's dumb, dude. Did you know he asked Stone Cold Steve Austin to dress up as a Prime bottle, and Stone Cold straight up told him no? That's what Triple H should do. There's this word called no. It's like you don't want to make your product look foolish just because, oh, people are throwing money at me. Let's just, make this the circus now. It's like, I'm glad Stone Cold said no. He offered him like $1 million to dress up like the Prime bottle, and Stone Cold was like, hell no, get the hell out of here with that garbage. I was clapping. I was like, yes. You gotta have some kind of integrity, man. It's like, you gotta just learn to say no to stupid things, Or be like, yeah, you can have the sponsorship deal where we'll promote your crap, but it doesn't mean you automatically get to be, in matches just because of that. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy. It's getting kind of late, guys, and I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm probably gonna go to snack, but we'll be back tomorrow playing some more retro, maybe talking some wrestling. Oh, we're talking about alcohol. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. Stone Cold had enough respect to not do that cash grab. Yeah, because he respects like the fans, and he respects like the wrestling. Like he knows that the fans want to see the real Stone Cold. They want to see him out there getting crazy, drinking beer, doing the whole thing. Now, you know what I really would have wanted to see? This would have made WrestleMania one of the greatest ever. If Stone Cold would have stunned Logan Paul. That's what we wanted to see. I don't know why Triple H didn't book that. You want to make the people happy? Yeah. Stone Cold stunning the hell out of that guy. That's what we want to see. Yeah, I don't know what is actually going on with Triple H. Like, either he's losing it, and I know that him and Rock are having creative differences. So I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird. So thank you, Ron Jones. Yeah, have a good night, and I'll be on tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. I'm gonna go eat, but yeah, man. We'll talk some more wrestling tomorrow. Talk some gaming. It is getting a little late. I think it's getting cold. All right, Ron. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you, Ron. And yeah, I gotta check out AEW for sure. All right, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys. Yeah, tomorrow. All right. Have a great night, everyone.